Hey there, it's Crafty Jennabug. Welcome to another video working in my July 2023 junk journal. We are coming up on the end of the month and I've got to make some pages decorated pretty fast, so I'm going to get a little creative. In case you're new here, this is part of an ongoing series where I make a different themed junk journal for each month of 2023 and then decorate it throughout the course of that month. As you can see, I'm 7 journals in. Made it to January. I started in January. I've made it to July, and we're just going to keep chugging along. Today, I'm going to set this aside for a minute. I was watching a video by Natasha from Treasure Books. I can link the video down below if you like, where she showed different things you can do with magazine pages, and I was incredibly inspired by her video. And I have a couple images I got out of a calendar. And I want to turn these into tags for this journal. So, in order to do that, I've got to make these a little smaller. I'm going to take my ruler. How wide do they need to be max? What's the max width? Like 5 inches. So, and the max height. 8 inches is the absolute max. Okay, so what's the height here? About that, perfect. This little seahorse is so cute. And I really want him to be the star of this tag. Make sure I'm kind of straight. I'm going to save this because I could use it as a pocket. Do we like that? Going to take up a lot of a page, but he'd be cute clipped in. Alright, so that's one. And then this guy, I think I'm going to free tear around it. So I ended up ripping around it without the ruler, and I think he turned out really cute. And then I've got that one. I'm going to leave the straight edges on. I don't know why, I like it a lot. And then I also found this in another magazine and gave it the same treatment. Now, in order to make these tags, I need to back them. And to do that, I want journaling space on the back. I have a few different dyed papers. This one's tea or coffee dyed, I don't remember which. But I attempted to put a doily on it. It will look really good like that. This is just copy paper. I have this one, which I used tea or coffee and Distress Oxide sprays. Same with this one. This one was just Distress Oxide inks and sprays, it looks like. And then this one, I have acrylic paint. A stencil negative with acrylic paint on it. I wonder if I can write on that. Yeah, it's writable. Do I have a pen handy? I don't. Okay, so that one I really think would be pretty on the back of this. Yeah. Okay, so let's figure this out. This one will go on the back of this. I'm using a glue stick because I want to sew through. Okay. And then let's see. How about yellow for this guy, maybe? No, I don't like that. Let's try the blue. think. Now with these, with this guy, I think I'm going to do something a little different. I think I'm just going to trim along the edge of the image and call that one good after I sew it. These two, since I have jagged edges, I want to rip and leave a bit of a border from the background page around them. For instance, let me start by doing that, and that page can be used for something else. And then this. I like to use my scraps. Okay, so these can all go in my scrap box. And then for this, there we go. And the back is gorgeous. Wonderful. Now I'm going to do this one just like that, and I'm going to trim this guy. All right. This one I rounded the edges on, and I'm not pleased with how clean it looks. Maybe I should have ripped them. This one looks like this. And this one looks like this. Now I'm going to take them to the sewing machine and do some crazy stitching around the edges. Here they all are. This one got some zigzag stitches as well as a small running stitch. Very chaotic, and I love it. This one I just went around once with a running stitch, except for here where I had a mishap and had to get a little creative. Actually, I don't want that string so long. Or this one. There. Although it kind of looks like a ponytail on the top of the turtle's head. I might glue those down to the back, actually. Let's do that. Let that dry. And then this one, I did a running stitch around it twice. And I was trying to go a little wonky so that the straight edges, you know, there's a deliberate contrast between the very nice straight edges and the craziness of the stitching. I really like that. I probably could have made that narrower, but I like it. So now they have to find homes. That might be the answer. I think I'll just do a paper clip. Uh-oh. We're about to have a paper clip mishap. Okay. We're good. I think I will just use a paper clip. I'll tie a scrap to the end. So for this paper clip, which is just your standard paper clip size, I've got a little bit of scrap fabric from the front of the journal, the what I used for the spine, and some of that black netting. And then I am just going to kind of squeeze it in half and feed it. I don't know if I like that. No, I definitely don't. Alright, just kidding. So what we're gonna do is untie this. I will glue it. Let's use some fabric fusion. And whoa. Okay, that's a lot. So I'm just gonna glop it around gotta let that dry. And in order to do that, I will just clip this. And then once it's dry, I will trim it. Got a page for this. Let's figure out a page for the other two. We'll make it a flip out on this page, which will probably weigh this page down a lot. So, want it to go like that, or do we want it to go like this? That could be interesting as well. I don't have any flip downs. Yeah, I think a flip down would be better. Let's get the scraps out, shall we? What kind of fabric would I like? That's really cute. Okay, we'll do that one. All right, that's gonna need to dry, but that's gonna be so cute right there. All right, sweet. Dry it must. I have this tiny little metal seahorse bead that I want to put on this string. Here is my cute little charm hanging out. And then on the underside, since this is a flip down, this is going to be for journal space. I have this card. It's a part of a free printable from, I believe, Artsy Fartsy Life. Yeah, Artsy Fartsy Life. And I like him kind of at an angle, because then you can see that. What is that? Yeah, encourages you to open that. So he's going to get glued down. Okay, that. And then here, I want to stamp, it's all about today. And let's go with the Ground Espresso permanent ink. Bring some of that brown down here. Cool. So that is done. Got the, yeah, I love that. I love it. I might figure out something to do with this. Although I do tend to leave the back pages empty. So that leaves us just to find a home for this guy. That could work. Or a tuck spot. I could do a tuck spot. Yeah, let's do a tuck spot on this page. For this, I ended up going with this scrap. I'm gonna just make a pocket. And then I have this little faux postage stamp with some, with a shell and some little tags on it. This little piece of blue mesh. And I want it to go underneath and stick out like that. Like that. And then I have these little guys. And I think I'm just going to stick like that. I love that. That's really cute. Awesome. That's another page done. Sweet. During Defemember, I made this little notepad with some different dyed papers, and I want to use it in here. Actually, that looks really good right there, and it's like the perfect size. Or another idea would be to glue it across the top of the page and then put that over. So for this, I've decided on something a little unorthodox. If I take this last page and I essentially put the notepad over the top of the page, like so, that I can use this for journaling. I will glue this page down to the page, to this page of the journal. And then I can glue this side down and also use it as journaling. And then decorate down here. How does that look over here? Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's do that. So first I will glue this down. And then do the same on this side. Okay, there we go. I love it. And then I'm going to take a little vintage photo and just, since I neglected to do this beforehand, before I glued it, that would have been smart. Make it look a little old. And then put something down here. So I have this, which came from, it's a die cut from my little die cut machine. And I think it looks really cool like a wave. And I'm going to glue it down there with matte gel. So that is how that is going to look. I kind of need to wait for it to dry, but I think it kind of blends into the page, and maybe I want to outline it. So that's going to dry, and then we'll play around with some of those ideas. This is dried. I love it. I think I will leave it like that. Same with this. I think there's enough going on that page. And then I have this card, I believe, where did it come from? I believe it was part of that nautical, or I believe it was part of the ocean themed vintage images. I will link that again. I want it to go here, glued down. I considered making it a pocket, but I don't really want a pocket here, so I did distress the edges with vintage photo, as well as crumpled it a bit and ripped some pieces off and distressed them very well with vintage photo. I just love the way it looks on there. On this page, I just took a piece of scrap paper and tore it to make a tuck spot, and then I have this little guy I want to turn into, or I'm going to glue on there, but I want to make it look a bit more rocky and lifelike. So I'm using some hickory smoke. I'll take black soot. And then for the color, we've got some orange over here from these fish. So why don't we bring a little bit of orange? Or should we do green? There's a lot of green going on. I want it to be glued like right around there. There's also that little hint of yellow. I think we should do the yellow. We haven't used mustard seed yet. Let's try embossing it. Just gonna spray some water on there. And then, while it's wet, can't really see it, but it did give a little bit of texture in places. I did that a little backwards, but I like that a lot now. So, that needs to be glued down. How much of it will actually be seen? Not too much. So, I glue it down here. I just don't need to glue this part. Okay, I like that. You just see a little bit peeking out. And then I have this card from theartscavenger.com. I distressed around the edges and on the back with vintage photo. And it's just going to go in there. Yeah. I like the way the two yellows play off each other. Sweet. So that's another few more pages. Ready to roll. Alright, this is dry enough to mess with now, and there. That's much better. It only sticks out a tiny bit. Sweet. Awesome. So that page is now complete. We are moving right along. What's next? I decided to make this another pocket, just like I did over here, but I'm going to do less to it. So first thing we're going to do is glue it down. In that pocket is going to go this tag I cut off of a piece of scrapbook paper from a scrapbook pad. I'm going to leave the back white. And it's going to go in there. And then I have this beautiful image of a beach, and it's just going to go glued down right here. Okay, and I think those two yellows work well together. And I've got this. I'm going to stick down here. I think I'll grunge it up ever so slightly. Give it a little bit of definition. Just a tiny bit. And I want it sticking out just a little bit. I want to stamp this seabird. I think it's a seagull on here. Yep. And I'm going to tear around it. And I want it to go over here. Like it's flying. I feel like I need something else down here. Yeah, why not a starfish? Alright. Let's use some frayed burlap. There we go. And then the starfish will go down here. Looking at this again, I want to add some stamps in ground espresso right here. I did those in permanent ink. I think that's where I'm going to end this video. I've done quite a few pages, and I still have a few more to go. Quite a few, actually. I think I'm going to finish this journal off camera, and you'll find out what I did to the remaining pages in the flip through. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this series, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.